Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movie's entitled Blue Beetle. Let's get straight into the storyline. The story begins by showing a tundra in Antarctica, where the leader of the Cord industry, Victoria Cord, meets her bodyguard, Lieutenant Carapax, and a scientist named Dr. Sanchez. Together, they examine the discovery that Victoria has been looking for, an ancient alien artifact known as the Scarab Blue Beetle. The beetle has extraordinary powers, therefore Victoria wants to have it. The scene then moves to Palmera Airport. A young man named Jaime Reyes has just graduated from his studies. His return to his hometown was welcomed by his extended family. His father's name is Alberto, while his mother's name is Rocio. His sister was named Mila, and his grandmother was named Nana. They were very happy with Jaime's return, so the Reyes family could reunite. His uncle Rudy picked Jaime up at the airport. They then celebrated Jaime's graduation by eating at a restaurant.
Good to know some things don't change.
His sister said their family would soon be evicted from the house if they did not pay the rent, because the family had no income, especially after Alberto was diagnosed with heart disease. Hearing that made Jaime feel useless as a son because he couldn't help his father, who was financially unstable.
I'm back. I could have been here.
But his father told him to relax because there are always ways to solve problems, one of which is to be grateful for Jaime's graduation.
Let's worry about money tomorrow.
After that, Jaime and his family went home. Jaime poured out his worries to his sister. He wants to help his family's problems, but still hasn't gotten a job. That's why he is increasingly motivated to get a job and buy a house in an elite area. But in reality, Jaime and Mila became janitors at Cord's resort. Victoria suddenly comes in. Jaime tried to greet her, but was ignored because Victoria was busy. Plus, her niece Jenny arrives uninvited. Jenny shows the news of the depravity that Cord Industries has created, such as massive real estate development and promethium mining that destroys nature. Even worse, Cord Industries also created a future police called the OMAC, which uses Cord symbiotes connected to the human brain to have armed body armor. This made Jenny upset because the project should have been stopped by her father, Ted, who turned out to be Victoria's brother. Unfortunately, Victoria doesn't care because Ted suddenly disappeared mysteriously. At the same time, Mila secretly went to the toilet in the house and told Jaime to monitor from outside. Suddenly, there was a commotion coming from Victoria. Jaime, who saw Jenny being cornered, decided to help her.
Father abandoned this company.
Hey!
But Jaime had to suffer the loss because Victoria fired him on the spot. Mila was also fired because they carelessly entered the house. While they were outside, Jenny came and apologized to Jaime. Jenny even offered him a job at Cord Tower and asked him to come tomorrow. Jenny then gave Jaime her cell phone number. But Jaime was still hesitant to accept the offer, so he confided in his father about his disappointment that he couldn't do anything to help the family financially. But his father wasn't too bothered about it. He believed that everything that happened was a process for their family to get better. But his father's message was not to forget about the family, because they would get through all these problems together. After confiding in his father, Jaime was more convinced to accept Jenny's offer. The next day, Jaime went to Cord's office. He was escorted by his family. Nana did not forget to accompany him with a prayer. After that, Jaime went in to see the receptionist, but Jaime was asked to wait for Jenny in the lobby.
Jaime Reyes. I'm here to see Jenny Cord.
Meanwhile, Jenny was sneaking into Dr. Sanchez's office. Jenny went inside and took the blue beetle scarab that was being researched. Jenny then stored the scarab in a food box. After that, Jenny immediately fled from that place. Waiting in the waiting room, Jaime finally saw Jenny get off the elevator. He immediately approached Jenny. But Jenny postponed the interview because she was nervous about being spotted by the security guards. When Jaime said he would do whatever she needed, Jenny gave him the food box containing the scarab and told him not to open or touch what was inside and to guard it with his life. Jenny then told Jaime to leave before the officers closed the door. Jaime then took the box home and showed it to his family. Although it was forbidden, the family told Jaime to open it. And when they opened it, they saw a blue scarab that was considered a toy. They then played with the scarab.
Okay, look, very mature.
And it suddenly reacted when Jaime touched it. The scarab began to attack Jaime's face and then entered his body.
I think he's inside of me.
At that moment, Jaime began to evolve into a blue beetle with super sophisticated clothes.
Acquired.
And after that, he flew into the sky into space. Jaime then heard the voice of the scarab. He claimed to be Kajida.
Space.
Kajida began testing his abilities, which terrified Jaime as he flew throughout the city.
Systems check complete.
Not only that, Jaime also accidentally causes damage such as splitting a bus in half to avoid it from crashing. Jaime was then taken flying again by Kajida, who brought Jaime back home. When Jaime's family wanted to call the police, Uncle Rudy immediately stopped them, because if the police knew, it would have a bad impact on their family, and maybe Jaime would be detained by the government for research. After regaining consciousness, Jaime found that the scarab had fused with his body. He intended to meet Jenny to ask for help in removing the scarab. Arriving in front of the industrial court, Jaime found Jenny being chased by the court officers. Jaime ordered Jenny to get into the car and take her home. Upon arriving home, Rudy was furious because the car Jaime had brought was damaged by gunfire from the court officers. During Rudy's rage, Jenny explained to the Reyes family what the scarab was and how they chose Jamie as the host. But despite the explanation, the family didn't believe Jenny's words because she was part of Cord and thought they didn't care about people like them. Even so, Jaime still believed Jenny and asked Jenny to remove the scarab from his body. Jenny says that she has a secret place that might be able to remove the scarab. But to get into the place, she needed a key, which was in the industry's Cord.
At the court building.
For Jaime's safety, Rudy was ready to help his nephew. The three of them then went to Cord Industries. Rudy also brought a signal jamming machine so Jaime and Jenny could safely enter the building. Once inside the building, Jenny showed Jaime the key, which turned out to be a sophisticated watch made by her father, Ted. When the two were about to return to the car, they were suddenly intercepted by Carapax, who immediately attacked Jenny. Fortunately, the attack was stopped by Kajida, who quickly turned Jaime into a blue beetle. Seeing that his opponent has sophisticated weapons, Carapax also activated the OMAC prototype suit, which was still not perfect. Carapax then attacked Jaime with all the weapons he had. Because Jaime was overwhelmed, Kajida took over the scarab and used advanced weapons to fight Carapax. Finally, Kajida succeeded in making Carapax helpless. When Kajida tries to kill Carapax, Jaime immediately stops him because he is not a killer. Seeing the opportunity, Carapax then counterattacked Jaime and succeeded in overthrowing Jaime. Carapax said that his love for his family made Jaime weak. As he was about to kill Jaime, Rudy and Jenny used the truck to attack Carapax. After that, they immediately took Jaime away from that place. Jenny then took them to her childhood house. She used a smartwatch to take them to Ted's lab,
No way.
where Rudy recognized the outfit as the superhero known as Blue Beetle.
Sense of humor.
While Rudy examines the scarab, Jenny and Jaime have a private conversation. Jenny discusses her mother's death and Ted's mysterious disappearance. Jenny also revealed that Jaime was very lucky to still have a family. Rudy then calls them to show them the results. Rudy tells them there is no way to remove the scarab from Jaime unless Jaime dies, because the scarab has become symbiotic and will remain inside Jaime to protect its host. Knowing this, Jaime was confused and desperate.
The bad news is that you have to be dead.
When Jaime was pondering, he was approached by Rudy, who said that Jaime must have a tough personality and utilize his strength for good. At that moment, they also saw Victoria's helicopter heading to Palmera. Jaime realized that Victoria was targeting his family. Without thinking, Jaime asked Kajida to turn into a blue beetle, but Kajida did not respond. Then Jaime remembered that Kajida would be active when he was threatened, so Jaime was desperate to jump from a height and proved successful in making Kajida turn into blue beetle. Meanwhile, the Reyes family, who were having dinner, were suddenly surrounded by Victoria's troops.
Okay. Don't move! Don't touch me!
They were then taken out to be questioned about Jaime's whereabouts. At the same time, Jaime finally arrived. He beat up Cord's troops without killing them. In the middle of the commotion, Jaime asked his family to leave. But just as they were about to leave, Alberto suddenly suffered a heart attack. Seeing his father fall, Jaime tried to help him, but at the same time, Carapax shot a hook into Jaime's body that made him unable to do anything. Jaime was then taken away with Victoria, while the Reyes family mourned Alberto, who had died. After the incident, the Reyes family mourned Alberto's death and the loss of their burnt-down house. But Nana tells them they should put their grief aside to save Jaime. Jenny then offers to help them and takes them back to Ted's lab. There, Jenny gives them some weapons to fight Cord's army.
Hey, how do you know how to hold that so
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm keeping this one.
Not only that, Jenny also allowed Rudy to drive his father's Blue Beetle airplane, and they began flying to the island where Victoria was conducting her experiments. Meanwhile, Victoria puts Jaime into a machine that sucks the Scarab's power to be transferred to Carapax's OMAC weapon. She is assisted by Dr. Sanchez, who hesitantly does it because the experiment could kill Jaime. Long story short, Reyes and Jenny's family finally arrived at the island and landed their ship on the guards. Besides being able to fly, the Blue Beetle plane can also crawl, like beetles. Arriving at the basement passage, Jenny took Mila to look for Jaime. When the two sneak around and hide, they accidentally find thousands of OMACs that Victoria will use for weapons of war. During the transfer process, Jaime began to lose consciousness and found himself in the realm between life and death. There, he saw Alberto, who was already gone. Although Jaime was prepared to join his father, Alberto said that he had to accept his destiny because now Jaime was a Blue Beetle superhero who had to protect people from evil. From there, Jaime got up, jumped into the Blue Beetle, and instantly, Jaime came back to life. The transfer process was completed, and Carapax got Blue Beetle's bodysuit. Meanwhile, Jenny detonated a bomb that caused the electrical system to shut down, so that Jaime managed to break free. Dr. Sanchez then helped Jaime to escape. Unfortunately, after releasing Jaime, he was killed by Carapax. Jaime then ran to find the exit, but in the middle of the road, he was stopped by Cord's troops. Fortunately, at that moment, Nana came and beat the guards. Nana then revealed to Jaime that she used to be a revolutionary. On the other hand, Jenny and Mila, who were looking for a way out, were suddenly separated by a rockfall, which made Jenny captured by Victoria. Jaime then managed to reunite with his family. Before leaving to save Jenny and Mila, Rocio blessed Jaime by telling Kajida that they must unite to protect each other. Jaime then went after his sister and started beating up the guards. After defeating the guards, Carapax, who already had the advanced weapon Blue Beetle, suddenly attacked Jaime. He dragged Jaime out and dropped him outside the building. Jaime then pulled out his strongest sword, and there was a fierce battle.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Jaime.
Unfortunately, Jaime, who still hadn't used 100% of Kajida's power, was easily defeated by Carapax. When Carapax was about to kill Jaime, he was suddenly thrown stones by Rudy. This made Carapax angry and fired missiles at Rudy. Seeing his uncle shot, Jaime became angry. He pulled out all his strength to attack Carapax. Finally, Carapax could not continue the fight anymore. Meanwhile, Victoria tries to escape by helicopter with Jenny, whom she has captured. But Jenny used the chewing gum created by Ted to cause the helicopter to crash. When Jaime was about to kill Carapax, Kajida suddenly stopped him. Kajida then showed Jaime the memories he got from Carapax, where it turns out that Carapax has sad memories. He lost his mother as a child when a bomb dropped by the industrial cord fell on his village. And Victoria recruited him as a child soldier and experimented on him to make him a weapon. Realizing this, Jaime helped Carapax and told him that his love for his family made him very strong. At that moment, Jenny deliberately destroyed Victoria's device containing the Scarab code so that she could no longer create OMAC. Kajida then tells Jaime that Carapax overloaded the OMAC core in the bodysuit, which will cause a massive explosion and destroy the entire island. Victoria then ordered Carapax to kill the Reyes family, but he was fed up with Victoria and dragged her towards the explosion. Jaime then immediately flew to the plane to join his family. Meanwhile, the island and thousands of OMACs, as well as Victoria and Carapax, simply vanished. They then took a moment to mourn Alberto. A few days later, Jenny took over Cord Industries as CEO and announced they would no longer produce weapons. Meanwhile, the Reyes family held a funeral for Alberto. But when they returned home, the neighbors showed up with food and drinks to show their support. It wasn't long before Jenny showed up and told them that Cord Industries would replace their house. Jenny and Jaime walked together and told Jaime she was returning to her father's house. Jaime offered to give Jenny a ride. Jaime activates his Blue Beetle and takes off into the sky with Jenny. At the end of the story, a scene is shown where the video in Ted's lab is suddenly activated. He calls Jenny to tell her that he is still alive. And the movie is over. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and comment.